The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, come on here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Hope you're having a great day out there. Let's check out the markets, see where everything is. Don't forget you can listen to us anytime you want to on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. And that's TFNN.mobi. All right, so let's check out where the markets are at right now. We got the S&P is up 2.75 right now. And just sort of oscillating right there. We got the NASDAQ up 3. We got the Russell up 0.6. Just like pushing right around its settlement price. So that was 3. Dow pretty strong, up 95 ticks on the day. So, of course, earnings and all that helping out the Dow, but not pushing the other one so much. And let's see what else we got going on. We have gold is currently up 11 points on the day. So, big move there on gold. We got silver is up over 1%. Copper is flat on the day. It's up a couple ticks there. We got oil at 34 cents on the day, with natural gas down a buck or 1.7%. So pretty massive move there in natural gas, but again, normal thing on natural gas. It's a big mover. We got corn currently down 4.5 points. We got soybeans pretty flat, just down a few ticks on the day right now. Euro dollar is currently down 93 ticks. So a big move there on euro dollar. We got a pound dollar up 53. So mixed result on the dollar between the euro and the pound. We got Aussie dollars down 52. Euro yen is up, or actually down. Euro yen is down 82. We got US yen down just 2 pips on the day, pretty flat. Pound yen is currently up 55. We got the dollar CAD up 36, and we have the dollar franc up 63 pips on the day. So that brings us up to date and get you caught up on the markets. Let's see what we got with the news last night, this morning, and coming up next week that you need to be aware of. And so I'll go through that market wrap. Also throw some deviation levels up here. Let you check those out right now and get a few of them on there for you, so you can look at where the markets are at and where the deviations are. All right, so what do we got on the list for the news? Looking on over at the news right now, early this morning we had a potential pound-dollar trade. So let's look at it in detail and see how it went. It was based on the pound retail sales report. And let's see, what was the estimate? What was the actual? How did it come out? On the pound retail sales, the estimate was 0.5, came in at 2.6%, so a lot better than the estimate. And let's see here. One of the biggest divergences that we've seen in quite a while. Despite that, right there, we're actually starting to see the pound-dollar pull back down, but it did make a nice big run up. You can see just a massive, massive move. So it was a great move on the pound dollar for you to, hop in on, check out, and take advantage of. So right now, if I look at this and I go, okay, so how would I place this trade? We talked about it yesterday. Talked about the pound dollar, and we had expectation on the pound dollar of about a 70 pip move, okay? Because the average move is 70 pips within 2 hours after the announcement is released. And over 70% of the time, it breaks 50 pips within 2 hours. So if you were up bright and early this morning, then you were able to take advantage of this trading opportunity right here. And let me see, just trying to get this chart to let me select a few things. There we go. All right, so for right there, like this pre-announcement, and we go on up to the high, so 5,630. Yep, so right here, right, we had the high pretty quick. We actually had it within 30 minutes of the announcement. What did we get on just the pre-release? We got 121 pips. So stellar trade move right there. Like I said, that you could have taken advantage of. Let's also go in and look at the pretty much just went straight up. I mean, I'm looking at the report right now. and trying to see, if there really wasn't really a down move. I mean, it just ran right up there for us. So looking at that move, okay, what could you have done? How could you put the trade on? And how would you take advantage of that? Because, I mean, that's just a nice move. And it was well more than we expected. But again, the divergence of the number that came out, and there's a lot of websites out there like investor.com, Forex Factory, etc., that will list the expectation. And, usually within a couple minutes, you'll be able to get the number, if not instantly. Just some of the websites get bogged down for a minute when certain reports come out. But since it was so big, I mean, you definitely expect a strong pound. We were actually looking at if we had a 0.8. So, to be the number, and it came in, 0.8 to 0.5. If we had 0.8, we were going to be looking for a strong number, and we had obviously much more than that number. So we had 2.6, and that's why we really broke through those averages. And so, like I said, what could you do? How could you take advantage of it as a trader? Well, you'd want to check out Nadex. That'd be your first step, because you don't know what direction it's going to go. Okay, now you could trade directionally with Nadex, and you could have capped risk, and you could pick, basically 50-50 on if you're going to be right there, or you could go, I have no idea where it's going to go. I just know that it's going to go. So to get to the Nadex website, I mean, just right there on TFNN.com, you can click on the Nadex banner over there on the right side. Click on that, and then get at least a demo trading account set up under Trading Demo Trading Account. Fill in your username, your first name, your last name, phone number, email address, click Apply for Demo, and you'll be set and ready to go. To get a live account, just click on Create Account at the top. One of the benefits of a live account is if you fund it with a minimum funding, which is only $100, and you place at least one trade, which could be, a $100 risk trade, or $97 risk trade or whatever, it could be a $3 risk trade, doesn't matter. Then you can call up the Nadex rep after you place that trade, and they'll extend your demo out for a year. And of course, you can keep getting it extended as needed. But that's that way your demo doesn't expire on you. And you want to have that demo account even when you're trading live, so you can test out different trades, different ideas, and see what may work out well for you as a trader. And other thing to do is check out the spread scanner over here on TFNN. So we have that right here. So spread and binary scanner that you can use. And once you've got all that set up, then log in and start checking out what's available, because there are plenty of spreads available for you to try. With the report coming out at 4:30, you had you had the one major one that you're going to look at, which was the 7 a.m. So your choices were pretty simple, okay? And the 7 a.m. spreads, and we can even go back and look. This is sort of a cool feature a lot of people don't know about. We can go back and look at nadex.com and then / just results.html right there. And what this will do is we could actually, if we want to see what, just a back test, you can see, what spreads were available at that time for about the past week. And so I'd want to, scroll through these. I'd want to get all the way down to the current day. And so you have to go pretty far. So let's see here. We'll start moving on down the list. There's a lot of contracts, as you can see on Nadex. So hundreds, if not, I know over 1,000, maybe thousands a day. And so we're going to go on down here. Got pound yen. Let's keep going a little further. Okay, now we got pound dollar. Now we're going to be looking for the 11 a.m. There we go. Or, even the 7 a.m. So you got 7 a.m., you got 11 a.m. On binaries. We're going to be looking for, let's see if we can find the 11 a.m. spreads is what I'd like to find. There we go. Okay, or actually the 7 a.m. spreads. We'll even look a little further and put all the pieces together for you. And so as you see, we got the 10 a.m.s right there. And the spreads are every hour. Some people don't know that. So you got 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, spreads all coming out. But right here we can see here's the 7 a.m. That gives you the most amount of time to be able to do the trade. So let me pull that off the screen now that I've found that. And then we can go, would the 7 a.m.s even have been a viable choice? So looking at these, we got to match up some floors and ceilings to find what our straddle would be. And the straddle on this spread right here, just got to put the 64.30. So it would have been pretty high. So you would have had a hard time doing the 7 a.m. spreads. And so right there, if I click that, I mean, it was way up here because the market had already moved. And by the time this came out, but let's see, we got a 64.30. Yeah, so we got a 64.30. So this thing's pretty high up. But you also have the 6 a.m.s and you have the 5 a.m. So you're going to have all three of those choices. If none of them work for you, if you don't find a spread, straddle. And we talked about this over the last few days. If you've been listening to the show where I've been walking through step by step, go to the spread, see if you can find it. If that one doesn't, if that one doesn't work for you, if it's not a viable trade, you can consider an iron condor. If it's too expensive or whatever. But also just check out the other spreads. Okay, go, what about this spread? What about this spread? And see if any of them work. When you find some that work, then the next thing you're going to do is go, were there binary contracts that were a better choice than what I can see on the spread? Pardon me there. So was there a better binary strangle choice than my best spread choice? And if there is, that's awesome. We can take advantage of that. But if not, then you're going to stick with your spread straddle. And you just want to make sure that you pick the right trade. So, like I said, just go through, use that results page to sort of go backwards and look. It helps out. There's a couple cool features on here, but the main one being that you can see all the current contracts for the day and what was on the list. Other things you can do, you can get an idea of pricing by looking over on the NIX website. And this is a feature a lot of people don't know about, but it's right there. It's right in front of you. Okay? And that's time and sells. It takes a few minutes for it to update, but once it updates, you got access to it. And you can look at the historical time and sells. Sorry, I'm sneezing way too much. So anyway, so you click on the button right there. It'll upload the PDF. And it's about a 15-minute or so, delay, maybe longer. But you can see all the trades that were placed, when they were placed. And, you may want to extract this out and sort it. So it would take a little work to get it all done because there's so many contracts, so many trades. I mean, this is obviously going to be a very large document because this is every trade that's taken place. But by using all this, then you could possibly find what were the prices that were executed at that time. And if you'll combine those two pieces together, it will help you sort of go backwards and look. The best thing, of course, is just to be up and trading it, and at least in the demo account, then you can just see it live and in person. But I just want to teach you a couple other tools that a lot of people don't know about that are on the NIX website that you can use to see expiration values, contracts available, and even prices executed. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, so if we go back and we look at, like I said, we were just looking at the results page to find out what spreads were available. And on the 7 a.m., just after a closer introspection there, we actually had we had a great one. We had 63.40, and it went up to like 66.40, and down to 60.40. So tons of profit potential in there. And, based on your expected risk, was there a good trade available? That's your next question. So if you're using the scanner, you found that very easily. If you go backwards, you're going to definitely have to do a little homework to try to find that contract. Because, again, there are so many contracts available. And so some potential steps that you could go through to see, maybe what trades were posted. Doesn't mean what quotes are available, because there could be a quote there that nobody ever took, obviously. Because it's not like a stock or future market where the market moves based upon just buys and sells of that market. It's basically an option contract. So it's a derivative based on the underlying market. If the underlying market moves, regardless of whether or not there's a buy or sell on the spread or binary, the price is going to change. If time changes, if implied volatility changes, all the factors that go into making up an option price. And so on the results page, just to help you out on this, go in right here, and then the easiest way, go to the top of the page. Then do search and type in £/USD. So £/USD, okay? And what that'll do is that'll skip you to the very first listing of the current day of pound dollar. So you can see how they basically have 5 days worth right here, just looking at the results. Then scroll down a little bit until you find the spreads. There we go. So now that we have the spreads, we want to scroll down a little bit further until we find the 7 a.m.s. And now we have our 7 a.m. spreads. And then for the straddle, I would want to find two that have the same floor and ceiling, because there'll be a middle, an upper, and a lower. Well, you got the lowers, in this case, is listed first, then the middle, then the upper. So just the way that they're sorting it. So 6340 and 6340. See, so I got 6040 up to 6340 at 7 a.m., and I got 6340 down, or up to 6640, which are the two boxes that I drew on the triangle. So if you want to try to find them, you could potentially copy the name over here. You could then go to, and this is, I'm just sort of testing this out with you at the same time to see if this will help us out. There you go. So you can find that contract and find out, what price was it executed at. Okay? Obviously, you want this to be executed before the news announcement, because you're trying to see, it's not hard to figure out what it went to after the news announcement. That's pretty easy. So you just want to see, what was maybe the pre-news announcement. Well, this right here was at 318. So that was pre-news. We can even see if we can get closer, but that might be our trade. We got, right here, we got 1. So that was like, somebody did it at 1 a.m. Right here we got 1250. Right there we got 1122. So we can go down, and it looks like they're doing a good job there keeping that in order, so that's good. All right, so on the pound dollar, the closest we got right here is 318. That's about an hour before, probably earlier than really needed on that, but we can see, okay, what was it executed at? 1.6325. Okay, so 1.6325, and that was our sell side. So we'll just go with that number. And we'll write it on here. And again, that was probably earlier, like I said, that I thought you'd really need to go on. But 16325. And we know that our risk, if somebody executed that trade at 1.6325, if the ceiling is 1.6340, so 1.6340 minus 1.6325, it's going to be 15 ticks. So not a bad risk on that side. All right, so we got that piece right there. And we'll go, okay, let's look at the other contract. And this is sort of a cool way to, like I said, put all the pieces together. So now let's find that 6340 to 6640. See if anybody took the other side of that trade last night. Or this morning, I guess. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of those. Okay, so go up here. We got 430. So these people like, this is post-announcement, probably taking some profit, 6434. Yeah, so we had somebody get out at 6434, so they that's pretty high. So stay right there. When we come back, we'll put the different pieces together.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
With over 3 decades of trading experience, Andy Hecht brings a tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise to each weekly issue of his newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. The Technomental Commodity Report gives you Andy's unique technomental analysis of the commodities market, a combination of technicals and fundamental analysis which he has developed and perfected over his many years of trading. The Technomental Commodity Report is only $49 a month, and right now you can get a full month-long trial subscription while paying absolutely nothing. See for yourself the kind of weekly report Andy delivers to his subscribers every Thursday morning. You'll receive specific stock, ETF, and option trades based on Andy's analysis, so no futures account is required. For all the details and to start your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, visit TFNN.com today. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, so what I did was we found the 2 strikes, and that you would do a straddle on, just to see, hey, did anybody even do this trade or not? Okay. And if they did, what price did it get filled at? Because that's really what I want to see, to be able to see, hey, was it a good potential trade at that point? And what's pretty interesting is I go here and I can actually see this trader placed the trade at 104, okay, to sell the sold spread. And I can see over here that a trader placed the trade at 104 to buy the upper spread. What do you think was going on there? 2 contracts both times. They were probably putting on the straddle, setting their take profit, and going to bed, because they didn't want to wait up till 4:30 in the morning. They put the trade on at 104. And I know that's probably really hard to, see, but, we can go in here at 104 a.m. on both of these right here at the same time. The trader put the trade on, done, live trade, went to bed. Okay? And then there's another one that went on at 3:18. Okay, did somebody do a straddle then too? Yep. Somebody did both sides at 3:18. Okay? So then we can go in and we can compare both sides. So let me just knock these calculators off. And we'll go, okay, well, if the 3:18, what did he get filled at? 6480, 650. So basically saved a couple bucks, okay, by putting it on just a couple hours before. What about the other side? Compare that, because you could have done either one. So 6325, 6324. I mean, basically, you're talking saved $1 by doing it a few minutes before versus doing it a few hours before. So let's look at the 1 a.m. We'll look at the more expensive one, okay? It's a little more realistic if you're not going to stay up till 4:30, right? To have that 1 o'clock execution. And this, I mean, obviously it was the same trader. I mean, they were at the same time, minute, second, okay? And within, milliseconds of each other. And see, how did this fare? And I don't know who the trader is. All I know is, I don't know if it even was the same trader. But in reality, they were probably doing a straddle shred based on, what I teach. And so we go over here and pull up the calculator that I've been, developing all week. And, we'll keep working on it. Once we get it all done, we'll make it a web-based thing for you to make it really easy to do. Maybe even build it into the scanner eventually. And let's move on over here. And let's go. Okay, so the trade was, we have a 70 pip expected move. So 0.0070. We got a lot more than that, but that's what the expectation was. And the straddle floor and ceiling on the trade was 1.6340. And let's see, this was the sold side. So if we take the 1 o'clock entry right here, the 1 a.m., then that was sold at 1.6324. Okay. Now we're going to go in and look at the bot side. Find that 1 a.m. And that was bought for 1.6350. And we need to know what was the underlying price at 104. That's pretty simple. You just open up a chart. And let's move it down to 1 minute bars. And let's go look right around 104. It didn't really move that much. So previous to this. So there wasn't a whole lot of volatility built in there. And let's see if that takes too long. I'll just load up a... There we go. All right, so now let's back this on up to an entry right around 104. And we get 1.6333. Okay, well, that's simple enough. Pull that over here. You're in at 1.6333. All right, so we have $10 risk on the long side. We have $16 risk on the short side because we bought the spread 10 ticks higher than the floor, and we sold the lower spread 16 ticks lower than the floor. Combined risk is $26 on the trade. We have a 70 pip range, and we need to make 26 pips plus the risk on the other side to make at least a 1-to-1. So I need to make 26 pips plus 10 pips on the short side. So that's where I get 36 pips I need to make. And then I need to make 26 pips plus 16 pips on the long side, assuming the short side loses. So that means I need to make at least 42 pips. And that puts my buy back my sold price down at 62.88. That puts my sell back my bought spread up at 63.92. And both of those ranges are below my expected 70 pip high to low range. So my high range was 64.03. My low range was 62.63. So the trade for the price that I got to pay and the price I got to take profit and the expectation that I have of the market moving all adds up to being a trade that should work and allow me to get my 1-to-1. And so we go, well, did it reach? I mean, we know it went up. Did it reach 63.92? Yeah, it definitely reached 63.92. And we can even look and see on here, after this news announcement, what prices do people get filled at. We can see somebody got filled at 63.82, 63.90, 63.96, 63.97, 64.10, 64.14, 64.25, 64.34, 60. It's like that's the highest price we got. So 64.34. Somebody got out at 4:37. Okay, a.m. And basically means they're taking advantage right at that peak. They did a great job on the trade, and really any of those prices you would have been good to go, but it went right up here, and it actually kept going. I mean, they took this off literally within minutes. Okay, just within the first, what was that? It was at a 437. So right here in this bar is when they exited. Got in and got out like right there. Okay, market went up a little bit further, and then basically oscillated around for a few hours until 11 o'clock in the morning, and then after 12 started pulling on it back down. So great straddle trade. Props to the trader who placed that. Good job. And they could have gone along. They may not have got out all the way up here. So if they were using the exact one-to-one formula based on those trades, they probably should have had an exit right at 63.92 approximately. Let's see if there was an exit at 63.92, give or take a couple ticks. Yeah, we got 90 and a 96 and 97. So if they were factoring in the fees, they may have done 97. Or 96. So yeah, let's see if there was one, two, how many contracts we got on that. Yeah, you got 1s and 3s and 5s and all that stuff going on. So we can't put all the pieces together, but I can at least see, hey, that's probably the same trader that put on that straddle. I don't know where they got out at, but along the way, it's pretty hard to lose on that trade unless you got out before the news came out. But very cool trade. So let's see what else. That's one of the many ones I like to call out. Just give you the details in advance so you can check these out, try them out, and see if there's something that you want to look at. Now that was a big mover. Let's look at the potential. Now this is a new trade I talked about. I was like, hey, demo this. Let's check it out. The euro pound usually doesn't have a lot of volatility on this move, because a lot of times the euro and the pound move together, and that lowers its volatility quite a bit. So let's see, looking at the euro pound, what that looks like when the news came out. And like I said, it's not usually a big mover. Doesn't mean it won't be. The average move that we see on the euro pound on this release is 29 pips. Okay? And looks like it may have broke out of that because the number was way off. But let's look at it and see. Okay, so we got right here, pre-release. I mean, then it just popped down 55 pips. So that one would have been pretty rough. So if you did a butterfly on that one, that would have been a rough trade. It really did not stay within the range at all. The pound way over the pound strength is why the euro pound dropped, was so strong that it just left the euro behind and just kept going. It's actually been stronger against the euro all day. So, that's why we look at both of them. But if you did both, and here's the big key, if you did both, if you did either an iron condor and a straddle, or a strangle and a straddle, or a strangle and an iron butterfly, one should have covered the risk of the other. So just depending upon how you put the trade on, where you put your strikes at, etc. And so if you did both of them, that is a choice and a way to do it. But that was just an explosive move, and usually that does not happen. So, and like I said, we got over 100 pips on pound dollar. Usually we only expect 70. And we just want to, you want to play the averages, put them all together. But I want to make sure I show you both sides of the coin, not just one side. This morning, we had earnings come out on GE. So General Electric coming on out. And obviously that's in the Dow. And let's see here. Let me pull up just a GE chart. We'll look at that right now. And you can see the wire comes out, by the way, at 6:30 a.m. So, and that's, that's the usual wire release time. And so all of a sudden you start seeing this the spikes happening right here. And you can even tell right there, that's right when it came out in the press conference. See this? See this little right here? Earnings came out here. And then look at this. We got earnings conference call was at 7:30. So it was an hour difference between the release and the conference call. If you don't know that difference, that can, obviously impact you. Well, now let's put it side by side with the Dow. And this can explain some morning market activity. Okay? Numbers come in, not as expected, etc. And GE pulls down the Dow by itself. Okay, that's what that drop right there is. So it's pulling down the Dow. Opens up. There's this big spike taking out everybody's order on the planet. And which I mean that's $1 spike in a matter of minutes, up and back down. And so we see that happening also over here. The Dow sort of fighting, trying to figure out where it's going to go, and then G just goes flat. So we don't expect G to affect the Dow all day, but that conference call, that earnings announcement definitely did have an impact. So if you were up trading in the morning and you were trading just the Dow, it'd be very important to know about this. It doesn't necessarily mean that you'd have a trade on trying to take advantage of it or not take advantage of it, but it's something that you better be aware of because it's going to have a significant impact on it. And it changes your normal trading system. When news comes out, when fundamental shock comes out, a lot of times that overrides expectations. What happens normally, that basically can change everything up. All right, so let's see what else we have on here that we got going on. We had the preliminary University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report come out today. Usually not a major market mover in and of itself. Came in at 80.4 on an expectation of 83.4. And like I said, we don't usually see a massive move. You'll see a hiccup, but not a big move when that report comes out. So, sort of don't let it scare you out of the market, but be aware it's coming, so that way it's like, all right, 5-10 minutes, pop, whatever, over. And we had some other reports. The building permits came out today. A little bit worse than expected, but not off by much. Okay, so let's see. What do we got coming up next week? Next week we have, obviously going to have Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. Most of the markets are going to be closed. China will be releasing its GDP at 9 o'clock on Sunday. So that could have a effect going into the weekend on the markets. Be aware of that if you're holding positions. And let's see, pardon me. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. But Monday, Tuesday, so Tuesday we have the German Constitutional Court ruling coming up, another one of the court rulings. They keep having all these different things coming out. And it's all about the constitutionality of the ECB's monetary policy. And we'll see how that comes out. That could affect the euro dramatically. But we don't know what time it's going to be released. So just be aware on Tuesday when the markets open up, that could have been released or may still be up and coming on the release. And we do have one or two big reports we need to look at and be ready for Tuesday evening. So stay there. We'll be right back after these commercials.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so we've just been going over, some of the news reports, things to look at, how to put them all together. And I wanted to get you ready for next week and just, what we're looking at on next week for you to be able to do. So let's go ahead and review that right now. What do we got on the list? Okay, so like I said, we had the holiday Monday. You do have some earnings to be aware of. Okay, Dow Jones, Verizon's coming out 7:25 a.m. on Tuesday is the expected wire release time. If we go on over to Johnson & Johnson and the Dow Jones as well, expected release time is 7:45 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And then in the evening there, IBM and the Dow Jones as well coming out, expected release time being 4:10 in the afternoon. So 3 big earnings releases. We got one straddle strangle. This is going to be the day after a holiday, so, do watch it with a little care there. See how the market's moving and all that. But we got the Aussie dollar CPI coming out at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And expectation on this one is not huge. It's about 50 pips, so you got to be able to put on a trade for a really low-risk trade. But 50 pips really would be the number you're looking for to be able to take that profit based on your risk being within a range of 50 pips high, or 50 pips down. And then always, of course, track your high to low after the release to measure that 50 pips to know when to take profit and combine that with the deviation levels to help you get out when you need to. But all those pieces right there should work pretty well for you. Also got a trader over in the Tiger Den talking about how they took the pound-dollar straddle trade. Got Rob there. Congrats to Rob. Got in at 11 o'clock and says he put the trade on. 11 o'clock in the evening, went to bed, and 4:30 trade happened, and the news popped out. 4:30 and 11 seconds. He was able to be out of the trade. He put the trade on, put the take profit, and went to sleep. So literally, you don't have to be up at 4:30 a.m. to do these trades. There could be an advantage, but at the end of the day, trade worked. It worked. So, all right. So we got that 7:30 Aussie dollar coming out on Tuesday night, and I'll have some more updates for you. But it looks like I got a couple more we could look at. What kind of earnings coming out next week? We're gonna have United Technologies coming out on the Dow at 6:30 on Wednesday. We'll have Procter & Gamble coming out on the Dow at 7 o'clock on Thursday. We got McDonald's coming out on the Dow at 8 a.m. on Thursday. And we'll have Microsoft. Okay, this was a big market mover last time. So we'll see if we get it again. But at 4:05, 15 minutes before the close. So it is one to watch. Not always the biggest market mover, but one to definitely look at and be aware of, especially if you're trading in the day there. If you're doing binaries, premium collection, out of the money, whatever you're doing, just be aware that's coming out at 4:05, Microsoft, and that's in the NASDAQ and the Dow. Okay? So obviously a bigger impact. And let's see, that's our earnings, our major earnings reports coming up next week. Next week overall is going to be a pretty light news week. We have one other straddle or strangle we'll be looking at. Bank of Canada is going to be coming out with its rate statement and, press conference and all the fun combination thereof. And that comes out at 10 o'clock, and then they have like a policy statement coming out at 10:30, and then they have a press conference at 11:15. So you got 10, 10:30, 11:15. So you're probably looking at least 12 or 3 o'clock spreads or binaries. Probably best if you can get 3. On that trade. And that's really going to be your only other straddle besides the Aussie dollar one for next week. But stay tuned. We have another great show coming up for you. You have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy it. Take some time off. And I will see you next week.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.